Greetings, children of the screen. Your friendly neighborhood nerd scum here once again, and I wanted to take a couple of minutes today to talk to you guys about Gotham City Monsters #1. So the basic idea behind Gotham City Monsters is that if you remember back in the beginning of Rebirth, there was a story called Night of the Monster Men in which Hugo Strange just made these giant, like, kaiju weird creatures and monsters all over the city. Well, this is the place where Batman and, like, the Bat family took down, like, the biggest one right before taking on Hugo Strange, and since then, most people don't really live there, so all the monsters, like creepy crawlies, have moved into that area. Not all of them are necessarily bad guys, they're more just the people who are kind of outcasts of society due to, like, their physical conditions, or also being aliens or demons or things of that nature. So we focus in, starting off with Killer Croc, and we see that he's now been released from his duties on the Suicide Squad and is trying to make good. So I think they're kind of going to be taking Killer Croc in a more kind of anti-hero role. Which is interesting. I'd like to see what they do with that. Killer Croc has the potential to be a really interesting character, but we've never really seen stories set up in a way that they could do that. Mind you, in this particular book, it's kind of interesting, but it's also kind of cliched. It's what you'd expect. It's any prisoner who's been released from prison story, but with Killer Croc. Beyond that, we have Frankenstein, who is introduced. We have iVampire, who's introduced. We have Orca, who's introduced, and another kind of Clayface type lady. I just can't place her at the moment, or remember her name. But basically, yeah, all these guys are living in this area of town. We run into Frankenstein and iVampire as Frankenstein is just, like, ripping through all these demons, like, basically trying to get answers about, like, some dirty stuff that's going on in Monster Town or Monster City or whatever they're calling it. Likewise, iVampire earlier in the book has been ripping through a bunch of the Mad Monk's cultists, only to find that they are now following a new master. Someone who's infinitely immortal and powerful and all this kind of thing, to the point where, like, iVampire can't even bite them and kill them anymore. And, of course, it's Melmoth, or however the hell you pronounce his name, from, like, the Victory of the Savage Seven, some Grant Morrison book that came out a while back. He's our main villain, and so basically the majority of this story is just, like, introducing us to these characters, introducing us to the connections they have, because, spoiler alert, at the end of the book, Melmoth comes back and it kills a bunch of people that all these characters care about, then forcing them to kind of align against Melmoth, and, you know, getting them to kind of step up into more heroic roles, although, as we can see from Frankenstein's actions in this book, he's not necessarily concerned with the hero thing, he just wants to kill Melmoth. For those of you who are unaware, Melmoth was introduced in the Grant Morrison book that I was talking about, and it was kind of retconned that his blood was actually what was given to Victor Frankenstein as part of the process that resurrected Frankenstein, and after that they had a very long and storied, like, rivalry, so they kind of hate each other. And yeah, that's the book. We're assembling our team, we introduce our villain. I don't really know what the overall plan is. Obviously this guy wants to destroy the world, but, you know, that's what's up. So with that out of the way, what did I think about the book? It's fine. Like, it wasn't great, it wasn't horrible. With Steve Orlando, I find his writing to be very, very hit or miss. Sometimes I really enjoy it and I really like it, and then other times it's just whatever. And over here, it's kind of just whatever. There's nothing in this book that we haven't necessarily seen before, and even the things where they're trying to do something new with a character, it's very tropey, and I guess that might have something to do with the fact that these are all monsters and stuff, but we're not really playing with those tropes. So, overall, like, the story itself, while I'm at least going to give it a shot to see where it goes, it doesn't really excite me, and if I'm being honest, a lot of the characters on this team are characters that I don't really care about in context of this book. So yeah, that's on the story side and the writing side. In terms of the artwork is actually really nice. I enjoyed most of the artwork, with a couple of exceptions, with a couple of panels I'm going to throw up right now. Look at that gun. That gun. No, that's not how that perspective works. Nope. But again, other than that, most of the art in the book is really solid. So yeah, if you're a diehard monster fan, or you really love these characters, then, you know, definitely check the book out. Or if you're a Steve Orlando fan, go ahead and check the book out. But I don't necessarily know if I recommend it. Like, this might be one that you might want to wait for the trade. It was cool, it was interesting, but at no point did I really get excited about anything in it. But, you know, that's just what I thought. Did any of you guys check out Gotham City Monsters #1 this week? Let me know down in the comments below, and let me know what you thought about it. Also, if you liked this video, please give it a like, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and hit that little bell so you can get updates on all the dope content I'll have coming out in the future. Thank you very much, guys. Hope you have a good one. Nerd Scum.